Cheering tonight, dancing in the heavens like a soldier in flight. We're all in step, we're feeling alright. Snap your fingers, tap your shoes, forget the world and shake those blues. Swinging with the moonlight, oh what a view. Under the stars we'll jitterbug through. Swinging with the moonlight till the morning's new. Moonlight groove. The brasses are blaring, the drums keep time. This old dance floor feels just divine. Hearts beat faster when the horns align. Catch that rhythm, let it glide. The world can wait, we're here tonight. Swinging with the moonlight, oh what a view. Under the stars we'll jitterbug through. Swinging with the moonlight till the morning's new. Oh, swing, swing, swing that moonlight groove. You are there! Swinging with the moonlight, oh what a view. Under the stars we'll jitterbug through. Swinging the moonlight till the morning's new. Oh, swing, swing, swing that moonlight groove. You are there! Swinging the moonlight, oh what a view. Under the stars we'll jitterbug through. Swinging the moonlight till the morning's new. Oh, swing, swing, swing that moonlight groove.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, happy Valentine's Day, and welcome back to the dark side of the podcast, or whatever holiday it is. I'm wearing green, so whatever, that's an important one. That's what holiday we're on. And thank you very much.
Hey, today starts a countdown to our next business trip.
They always do. The podcast, your home for rational capitalism news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door, talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic capitalist who has won and lost fortunes. Go capitalism. And joining me, as always, the greatest producer of all time, the one, the only, in studio, the redheaded Belle. How you doing tonight, Belle?
You know what? Again, yeah, countdown to our next business trip has started. I mean, I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, but you got the red hair and the green shirt, and I know you got that Irish bug going on, but aren't you like Native American? Isn't that what you are with the dark skin and all that stuff? Aren't you kind of over there like part Sioux or Apache or whatever the hell goes on over there? Fuck, I don't know your tribe.
Cherokee, get it right.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize for not being fluent in all this. I grew up in Arizona. All right, we don't have that out there.
That's Navajo down there.
Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying. The only real tribe is the Navajo because that's what I grew up in. Yeah, I hope you guys are having fun today. I'm having fun today. We got a couple of different ones. I've been doing these afternoons or these morning or evening streams where I'm just playing music and just bullshitting from the old desktop. And I like doing it from desktop because I can kick my feet up. I'm not wearing pants. I'm in there in like my boxer shorts and live broadcasting out there, and I'm very comfortable and happy doing that. But
And it's warm in there.
it's warm, and I got a space heater like right by the desk. I live in a split level house, and anybody who has a split level in a cold environment understands that downstairs sucks. It typically sucks. So I'll get a fire going, and I'll put on the space heater, and drink some bourbon, and then I'm just kind of happy, and it makes me chatty. It turns me into a chatty bitch. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been having a good time doing it. I've been having a ball. I really didn't want to come out here in studio today because Belle said, "Oh, you ready for the stream tonight?" I thought she was just gonna stay back and do it there, and I was gonna do it at the desk, and we haven't done that in a while. But yeah, no, she's a trooper, and she wants to show off them big boots and all that other good stuff. So we're out here freezing our asses off. It's 20 degrees outside in mid-March in Iowa, and it's 20 degrees. But tomorrow's going to be 60. So welcome to Iowa, man. I said it's if you don't like the weather,
Wait 5 minutes.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit different. And the big blizzard that was shutting down the entire state, we got dust. I mean, if that, it was barely that. Whatever's there, it didn't even melt, man. It literally just blew away. So yeah, we don't have any real big weather things going on here, even though Iowa's pretty famous for it. So
yeah, for once. I mean, Mother Nature, you started celebrating St. Patrick's Day early. You need to go home. You're drunk.
Isn't this a groundhog thing? Didn't the groundhog Nazi his shadow and told winter to fuck off? Didn't that happen?
I didn't pay attention.
I don't. Punxsutawney Phil. You know where I even know that from? From the movie Groundhog's Day, from the Bill Murray movie Groundhog's Day. That's all I know. So I was going to start off with, I think it's HB 100 or 111 or whatever the new gun law in Virginia, which is kind of funny because, Virginia is going out of their way to further restrict. This is Virginia we're talking about. All right, Virginia. But they're going out of their way to restrict firearms as much as possible for the population. But they keep leaving carve-outs for themselves. So it's one of those laws for thee, but not for me. And I have a whole thing, man. I mean, I really doubled down on this one. I want to make sure that I made my point and get some good shorts out of it. But and if my head seems to be glowing, it's the kickers, guys. All right, these are not set up right now for two people on the stage. So I just kind of mudded it together. I thought, am I glowing here? No, okay. So I was tweaking the light. So if my head is glowing, give me a break. All right, we're not set up for this right now. We're not tuned in for it. So, but yeah, I want to be a little bit more tuned up. I want to get a little bit more booze in me before I do that one. So I'm actually starting with a kind of a funny one, but it's one that hits real close to home for me. Way back when, and I think this, I'm trying to remember the year. It would have been about 1996, and Scott was fresh out of active duty Navy. I got out in 94, and I worked as a bowling alley mechanic for 2 years at Tacoma Lanes in Federal Way, Washington. So I was all the way Pacific Northwest, and it was actually a very happy time in my life. If you want a job that has very low job responsibilities, a bowling alley mechanic. All right, all you're doing is fixing these machines, and it was I didn't have a wife, kids, bills, anything like that, so it was just a very happy time in my life. But it only paid $6.85 an hour. This is 96, guys, so $6.85 for very not unskilled labor, because if you think you can fix one of those things, fucking go for it. But at the time, there were plenty of them. So you're going to, you get what you're worth. And apparently, Starbucks baristas should have really realized that. Now, the reason that this one hits home for me is because I left that job for a company called Sensormatic. And you've heard of them. If you haven't heard of them, if you ever go into a mall and you see cameras up inside of these stores, that's Sensormatic. If you ever see those little panels by the door that go ding if you walk through them with the tag, that's Sensormatic. But they got the contract to install closed-circuit television in the Soto Center. Now, the Soto Center is the corporate headquarters of Starbucks. It's downtown Seattle, not far from Fisherman's Wharf. It's kind of a very old building, man. This thing was built in like 1930s, 1940s. It was an old building. And anybody who's ever done any kind of heavy installation in old buildings like that knows you're drilling a lot, man, because there are no such thing as chaseways or anything like that, man. It wasn't even on the radar when they built these things. So I was in that building for about 3.5 months installing all of these cameras. That's walkways, ladder wells, stairwells, all that shit. I was in there for about 3.5 months on one job installing these cameras. And, their big thing is they give you free coffee every day. It's always up, bubbling, brewing, ready for you. But I don't drink coffee. I never really got into it. But yeah, you would have just been all over that, Bell, because don't get me wrong, I like the smell of coffee. I think most people enjoy the smell of coffee. When I drink it, it tastes like dirt water. That's what I get out of it is dirt water. And I know you're supposed to put in sugar and cream, but if I wanted that, I would just get a cup of sugar and cream. It doesn't compute for me. So I kind of stayed out of that whole thing, and it's one addiction that I've avoided my entire life. But the thing that they should realize is that it ain't that hard to train and create a barista. And I don't give it a fancy name. All right. You pour coffee. It's not that hard to replace you. But apparently they forgot all about that in Seattle. And we're going to go ahead and start with that right there, because I think it is, this is a lesson that can only be learned the hard way. And they did. And I'd like to discuss it a bit before we get on to some of the heavier hitting stuff. But before we do that, Bell, give shout outs to everybody. Say hi. Ask any questions we might have. I'm gonna tune up just a little bit. Hey, it's St. Patrick's Day, right? This is an excuse. An excuse.
It's not an excuse. It is a legitimate reason.
It is a legitimate reason to drink, because I certainly need. And this is to all of you, the podcast family. Bell's on the good stuff. I'm on the not so good stuff. So there you go.
And good evening, Political. Nice use of Pig Latin earlier. Fisherman, Sofa Ninja, Mistress Mel, New Type, and Sigia Fan. I hope you guys are staying safe out on amateur night.
I don't know. Look, man, I'm 54. I'm past that. All right. I'm past all that. The drink. Oh, let's go. Woo, parties. Put our underwear on her head. Yeah, I'm 54, man. Look at me. I'm in my own studio right now, and I'm wearing a coat. So what I'm saying is I'm a little bit past all of that stuff, but I certainly do appreciate people doing it.
If you have good booze in your location, why go out?
Oh, and I agree. So tonight I am on Bardstown. I'm on Bardstown, and I'm going to give a round of applause right here for Bardstown. And Belle is on.
I am on Redbreast, which was a gift from Emery. And yeah, Emery, public service announcement here, my friend.
My friend.
Definitely. It won't hurt my feelings any if you happen to stumble across another bottle or two, because damn.
Yeah, there you go. So one more round of applause for real good booze and a space heater that is kind of hitting the stage right now, and just mildly tuned up before I really get to the good stuff. So I'm actually considering this one the lighter side of the news, and there's tons of shorts to be cut out of this, and the shorts get comments and rage and ire and all of that other good stuff that makes social media. So I'm sure you guys can understand why I go 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, coffee drinkers, and capitalism appreciators alike, pull up a chair, grab your overpriced latte if you can still get one in Seattle, and let me tell you a story that's better than any business school case study ever written. This one is straight out of the heart of the Emerald City, the most progressive zip code in America, where they worship unions like they worship rain and bad traffic. It's the tale of the Starbucks on University Way Northeast, better known as the Ave, right in the University District. The one that just became the poster child for what happens when you think slinging pumpkin spice and steaming milk gives you the kind of leverage that topples empires. Now, I want you guys to picture it. November 13th, 2025, Red Cup Day. I understand that that's a thing. It's a thing. I don't drink coffee, so it means nothing to me. But it is November 13th, 2025, Red Cup Day. The day Starbucks turns the world into a sea of holiday cheer and customers line up around the block for those iconic red cups. And if you're listening right now and you have one, please put it in the chat. But this is perfect timing, right? These baristas, proud members of Starbucks Workers United, unionized since 2022, decided this is the moment to launch the Red Cup Rebellion, an unfair labor practice strike. They walk out demanding higher pay, better staffing, a fair contract, the usual laundry list. We're essential. That's what they chanted. Starbucks doesn't work without us. Signs waving, horns honking, the whole performative spectacle. And this store, this one right here, the Ave, they went all in. 3 full months. The longest strike anywhere in the company's history. From November straight through to mid-February 2026. No paycheck for 90 days. 90 days of standing outside in the Seattle drizzle, feeling righteous, posting on social media about solidarity and how they were going to force the corporate overlords to their knees. But here's the thing about reality. It doesn't care about your TikTok likes or your feelings of empowerment. And after 3 months, the money runs out. The bills pile up. The rent in one of the most expensive cities in the country doesn't pause for your principles. So they cave. They end the strike. They slink back behind the counter, aprons on, smiles forced, probably muttering about how they made a statement. The store reopens. Customers come back. Life, as they say, goes on. Except it doesn't. Because barely a few weeks later, March 5th, 2026, Starbucks drops the hammer. Management gathers the workers and say, hey, after careful review of how this location serves the neighborhood, we've made the difficult decision to close permanently on April 5th. And just like that, no drama, no negotiation, standard course of business. Sometimes stores no longer fit how people live, work, or gather. That's what they were told. But the translation, because that's what I'm here for. We ran the numbers. This one's done. Part of their bigger back to Starbucks overhaul. Closing underperformers, focusing on what actually makes money. And here's the kicker. The real, beautiful, poetic justice. Those strikers, the ones who led the charge, who held the line for 3 months, who thought that they had Starbucks by the espresso machines, they're told they're not eligible for transfer to another store. Zero. Zilch. While the company says they'll try to move other workers when possible, these folks, they get the memo. You don't get to burn down the place you worked at and then waltz into a new one like nothing happened. You reapply if you want in somewhere else, starting from scratch, entry-level pay, your years of tenure wiped out like yesterday's foam. Shocked? Upset? Life doesn't feel real. That's what one shift supervisor told the papers after 5 years on the job. And I get it, man. But economics doesn't feel real either until it bites you right in your Starbucks ass. Now let that sink in. They sacrificed 3 months of income, 3 months of groceries, rent, car payments, all to prove a point. They won the moral victory in their heads. And what did they get? What did they get? They got a closed store. No jobs for them at Starbucks. no transfers, just a pink slip and a lesson that hits a hell of a lot harder than a triple shot of espresso. When your entire skill set is pressing a button, pouring milk, and writing names on cups, you don't have the stroke you think you have. You don't have the leverage. You're not auto workers in the 1950s building Mustangs that America couldn't live without. You're replaceable. Hell, the customers proved it. You know how they proved it? This is crazy. I want you to think about this for a minute. I'm having so much trouble processing this. But apparently, the customers went to other Starbucks or to Dutch Brothers or to the local indie shops or just made their own damn coffee at home. The line moved. The world kept spinning. And this wasn't some random hole in the wall. This was Seattle, Starbucks' hometown, the progressive paradise where the company was born, where Howard Schultz himself used to roam the streets. One of the busiest area stores in the country. Unionized, supported by the community, the students, the activists. They had the whole narrative on their side. Evil corporation versus heroic baristas just trying to afford rent in the city that they built. And still, poof, closed. Because at the end of the day, a business isn't a charity. Are you listening, crypto? A business isn't a charity. It's not a jobs program for people who want to play revolutionary on company time. It has to make money or it dies. It dies. This is where you should take a note, because when it dies, it takes the overconfident with it. Now, look, I get it. Everybody wants better pay. I want better pay. Everybody wants better hours. I want better hours. We all want respect. But here's the cold truth nobody on the picket line wants to hear. Your value isn't determined by how loud you yell or how many hashtags you trend. It's determined by what you bring to the table that someone else can't do cheaper or faster. And in this case, we are talking about making coffee. Training a new kid takes 2 weeks. Customers don't boycott over your union beef. They just want their Frappuccino without the drama. And Seattle, of all places, Seattle just proved it. The most left-leaning zip code in America delivered a masterclass in basic economics that no college professor could match. So the next time some barista tells you they're essential, that the whole chain world would crumble without their artisanal foam art, remember the Ave. Remember 3 months of unpaid solidarity. Remember the store shuttered, the workers scattered, reapplying like rookies, and you go to the bottom of the pile, babe. The very bottom of the pile. Remember that when all you really do is make coffee. You don't have the stroke you seem to think you have. You have a job that thousands of others are happy to do for the wage the market will bear. And Starbucks, they're still standing. They're still brewing. They're still profitable because that's what businesses do. They adapt. They close what doesn't work. They move on. The workers, I'm a worker. They're out there learning the hardest lesson of all. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, or in this case, win nothing at all. That's class dismissed here, guys. Now go make your own coffee and tip yourself for the life lesson. I hope, Belle, that I made my very, very subtle point with that one. Look, there are jobs, and I don't care. I've never been a union guy, and I am a licensed electrician. I've never been a union guy. Not I have no grudge against the guys who are unionized. It's your business, babe. It's your business. But if you're operating a closed shop, immediately to me, that makes me concerned about the quality of the work. Because if you ever tried to fire somebody who's unionized, they could shit on your desk and only get a suspension and only be set out on paid leave for a while you learn where you're supposed to go potty.
That's also the difference between artisanal unions and actual unions, because I've known people that work for John Deere. John Deere does have a union.
Sure.
But those people who are in that union are typically welders. They're assembling machinery.
We're talking about the difference between people who I could train you to do this in 2 weeks and people who took years to learn their trade.
Yes, exactly. Now, okay, let me finish my thought here. Okay. John Deere does do seasonal layoffs. For example, like right now, this is when they get a lot of sales from Russia, of all places. But people have to eat.
Sure.
So a lot of their workers, they do get their hours cut, but they are more essential than the Starbucks barista, sorry. However, the John Deere union actually promotes, we all knew this was coming, but we've got funds from dues that mean we can carry our employees until you can get production back up and full on.
They work with management. Yes.
So their employees don't have to worry about going without insurance, don't have to worry about going without pay. They get reduced pay, but they don't have to worry about going without. And their jobs are, you get called back.
You get called. It's part of the cycle out here, man. It's part of the cycle, and anybody who's ever worked manufacturing, they're going to get it.
That's an example of a union that works well.
Sure.
The Starbucks union? Are you freaking kidding me?
Let me jump on my little point right here real quick. So again, I'm a licensed electrician. I'm an electrical engineer. I'm trained. I've done all this other stuff, and I work in a very, very specific niche of all of this called power quality and power distribution. I see Political is out there, and he knows what I'm talking about right here. For us to get a field tech up to speed to the point where we will let him go out and do his own work, it takes us a year. That's a year that we are literally paying to train the guy. A year. And we're not unionized. But before we're going to let this cat loose and give him tools, put him on customer sites, and let him work with critical infrastructure power, it takes a minimum of a year before he's even close to ready, not even forgetting the training that he had to do before we would even consider hiring him. All right, we're talking about a multi-year type of commitment before you even get going. I have never drank coffee. It's not my thing. But if you put me in front of that goddamn machine, something tells me between me and Grok, I can figure it out. I can figure out how to make pumpkin spice latte or whatever the hell women drink. Something tells me I could probably sort it out, and I bet it doesn't take me 3 or 4 years of training to be able to do that. You got to know your worth, and you have to know that you're replaceable. Even us field techs, we are where the rubber meets the road. We are the earners. When every part of management of every company is furloughed out, it never hits field techs, because every minute that our wheels are turning, we're earning money for the company. We are earning money for the company. But even us don't feel like we are locked into a position where we can dictate to the company how it's going to be. It doesn't work that way. If you want to dictate to the company how it's going to be, you better open your own company. Because trust me, man, there are plenty of places to get coffee, and you should have known it. Half of you people are college graduates that are working out there because you listen to everybody. You got your art history major or pottery or whatever the fuck you did in college, and you got out and you realized that your worth to a company is zero. Because sure, you have a doctorate in philosophy. All right, I want you to go fix that UPS. It's down. Yes, it's a big one. It's a 1200 kilowatt. And you need to have this thing humming inside of 4 hours. But don't worry, you have a doctorate, so I'm sure you can sort this shit out. But you see, you can't. So Starbucks is hiring, and you can pour coffee all day and talk all the philosophy that you want, but don't think for a second that you're not replaceable. And that's what I think they kind of missed on this one. Look, people are going to do what they want to do, man. Knock yourself out. You want to unionize? Unionize. You want to join a union? Join a union. All right, if you want to have somebody who doesn't even know you dictate your pay, your time off, your health, your medical, your benefit, all that stuff. If you want to have somebody else bargain on your behalf, instead of just letting your work speak for itself, go for it. This is America, and this is what we do here. But if you think that you cannot be replaced, you are fucking wrong. And the AV just figured that out. On April 5th, I'm sorry. I wish it was November, man. It would have been so much more poetic. Remember the 5th of November. Instead, you get axed on April 5th. And Starbucks is not really one that likes to close stores because they're inexpensive to operate. It doesn't take much. But the rent's cheap. The locations are everywhere. It doesn't take shit to run one of these.
They do actually close them when it's proven that, okay, like the store's not profitable. They literally just closed the one right by the mall here and left the one right up the street in Johnston, which is a better location from what I've been reading anyway.
And you know, and
they left that one open, but they closed the one at the mall, and they just built the one at the mall. They're not afraid to make these calls.
You know what's funny about it is that Belle and I met at a Starbucks. She was at the Starbucks across the street, and I was at my Starbucks, and I was looking through the the latest J. Crew catalog, and I said, you know, that Starbucks looks kind of neat. So I went over there and I opened up my laptop. And I was doing my poetry, and I was reading my J. Crew catalog. And Belle came, and she said, "Hey, is that the latest J. Crew catalog?" And I said, "Why, yes, it is. Yes, it is." And then we felt weird because we were like invading each other's territories because my Starbucks is across the street and hers is right there. So we decided to meet like a block down the road at the other Starbucks. It was a neutral Starbucks. Neither of us really knew it. And we went up there and we started leafing through the J. Crew catalog, finding, you know, turtleneck sweaters that I'd look good in. So yeah, I mean, it's a hell of a origin story, Bill. That was an origin story for us. All right,
I think the actual origin story is way better, by the way. But
no, this one is funnier. All right, trust me. Ask the audience. This one is funnier. We met at opposing Starbucks. All right, what I'm saying is that they're everywhere. And my favorite Starbucks is the Starbucks that's actually in my Starbucks. There's another one. If you go down the hall, there's another Starbucks there. And Philip works there. And Philip really knows how to foam. I'm just saying, is that a thing? Is that a thing at Starbucks?
I don't know.
All right, anyway, Belle, questions, comments, quick.
All right.
We have none, do we? Nobody said fuck all. I gotta queue up another song.
You know, I'm just gonna make one more point.
Okay.
I drink coffee. I haven't been to Starbucks in 6-7 years, and that was just because it was convenient.
Oh, you ought to go to what? And you forgot all about her. You forgot all about her. That's weird. I forgot about that.
All right. Anyway, so Mel, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to work on this in a minute.
I'll take care of it, guys. This is what I do. I'm a bartender, and you know what? Bartenders should unionize because nobody else can be a bartender. All right, you have to be in the union, and you have to demand at least $60 to $75 an hour because doing this right here. Watch this. Watch. I'm doing it. I've been doing this. I've been doing that for years, and this is a 15-year. Redbreast. It's actually kind of funny because I don't really like Irish whiskeys. It's not my thing. And if you're bourbon or if you're a bourbon drinker, you'll understand where I'm going with that. They've never really been my thing, but that is fucking amazing. I mean, that is amazing. The taste is so mature, and there's so much going on there. Anyway, please carry on, Bill.
All
we
right.
can do 2 more because it's already 6:30.
And do we have a cutoff time tonight?
Well, I don't know. It depends how soused I get. And the next, guys, look, this next one is going to exhaust me. I promise you. This next monologue is a real hard hitter. So anyway, go ahead.
We can take the time for the comments. All right. Anyway, so new type, yay. Belle brought the girls. They're always with me. Sometimes they're just more apparent than others.
We have an HR department here at Sigio Cloud Labs, so I don't actually see the girls or a girl at all. They're just lumpy men. All right, trust me on this, bro. I know you drive tractors, man, so you guys are in kind of a different world. But if you live on this side of it, dude, they're lumpy men. All right, just kind of leave it there. All right.
You didn't read the updated employee handbook, did you?
Like I read the original employee handbook. Are you shitting me? Do you think I read that shit? I don't read that shit.
Yeah, no comments like that. Okay, so
is this gonna be a thing?
Well, it's gonna be a thing, but not in the way you think.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're lumpy men. You're lumpy men. All right, they're lumpy men. Trust me on this. It's just easier, bro.
Okay, any comments you make regarding anyone of the opposite gender or anyone who might, float your fancy? Yeah, those comments are graded on a curve and ranked on a 10-point scale.
Oh, good, because
you need to read the manual, Scott.
Yeah, and let's pretend that I will, because I'm not. But I identify as Hey from Moana. That right there. You see Hey up there? That's what I identify. Nothing. He has every day is a good day for him. Every moment is a good moment. It's like, fuck, this is great. Yeah, I want to be him.
All right, so Sofa Ninja, man, I got 9 inches of snow.
9 inches, got it. Well, sorry. Nothing there.
All right, so talking to employee of the company. Okay, is that a guy's 9 inches or a actual 9 inches?
That I feel harassed. I feel harassed by that. Mel, are you on? I'd like to file a complaint
HR department
because I feel a little bit harassed by that.
All right. Anyway,
go ahead, Bill.
All right. So, Political, 100 degrees in Oklahoma this Saturday. Mother Nature is bipolar. No, Mother Nature is drunk. We've already established this.
Dude, it's the St. Patty's hangover, man. 100 degrees. It's going to be 60 tomorrow. I assure you I'm going to barbecue something. I'm going to make burgers or dogs or brats or steaks or something. Something will be on that grill. Some kind of dead animal flesh will be on that grill cooking, and I'm going to eat all of it. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Bell?
Siggy fan was loving it, especially the speed. I could upload on desktop, and it was on iOS sometimes faster than I could take to look.
Yeah,
Talking about the app.
yeah. Look, man, we're stuck on one little thing right here, and it's stupid, man. Believe it or not, it's logging in on Android. We're stuck. It's a little problem. We've been running this for about 2 days now. Everything else that we have right now is stacked up behind that, because before we can really show off this app across every platform, we have to be able to log into this app across every platform. And from the feedback we got when it was working, everybody loved it. Apparently Android actually runs better. Android runs better than iOS. And I'm good with that because I actually prefer Android. I go both ways. I go both ways. I'm just gonna leave that there. All right, look, it's a funny joke. Shut up.
That one you don't rank, guys. Just so you know.
You know what, Belle? I'm gonna tell you a funny joke, and then we're gonna take 5. I got a song for you. I'm gonna tell you a funny joke. You're gonna like this one. What do you get when you drop a piano down a mine shaft?
I don't know. What do you get when you drop a piano down a mine shaft?
A flat minor. I'm gonna go big screen so they see it. A flat minor. Now you think about that. You think about that while we get to a little bit of break right here on the podcasts on the KPOD network. All of these songs are available for free. Give us your Sigia user ID. These songs are on their way to you on the Sigia app, and we will be right back right after this, guys.
Strolling through the midnight glow, the stars above, they steal the show. A little hum, a little sway. This groove gon' take us all the way.
Feel that rhythm, let it slide.
Ooh, child,
Take my hand,
let's collide. Moving in the moonlight, oh, so slow, so slow. Feel that funk, let it grow, let it grow. Moving the moonlight, take it high. Ooh, yeah. Under the stars, you and I. Shadows dance where the brass tones meet. The rhythm's warm like summer heat. Can you feel that low bass hum? Ba-da-da-da-da. Here it comes.
a horn blast cuts through the night.
Ooh, child.
Everything's gonna be alright.
Groove in the moonlight. Oh, so slow, so slow. Feel that funk, let it grow, let it grow. Groove in the moonlight, take it high. Come on, under the stars, you and I. In the moonlight, oh, so slow, so slow. Feel that funk, let it grow, let it grow. In the moonlight, take it high. Ooh, yeah. Under the stars, you and I. Ooh, yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I do want to point out that we have an excellent production here. And this isn't just me saying it, you know, for giggles. We have a good production. And you know what? I used to say give us time, but Belle and I have been at this for almost 9 years now. May is 9 years that we've been doing this shit, and it's still just us. So we're getting into more what one might consider conscientious material. I don't think so. I think it's obvious and stupid. I'm just saying it's right in your face. It's just right in your face. Look, man, if you have no particular job skills, don't go on strike. And you shouldn't, your mom shouldn't even have to tell you this lesson. You should just know this shit instinctively. It's like, fuck, I am replaceable.
So, okay. Back to your point, Scott.
Okay.
I have a smart coffee pot.
I don't have one at all, but I understand. Go ahead.
You'll get this, but okay. You literally, if someone is desperate, and Mel has been to my place so she can actually work on a few things that I've specifically said, okay, we need to work on. Mel doesn't drink coffee.
Good.
But
it's dirt water.
Mel has actually brewed the pot of coffee for me at 5 a.m. because I am up ungodly early.
Belle, how is that possible? It requires years of training to make a pot of coffee.
The coffee pot tells you how to do it.
Surely not.
Yes,
Surely
it
not.
does.
Surely it
does.
takes years of training to get a proper cup of coffee.
Mel can verify that, okay, the coffee pot walks you through each and every step, okay? 3 scoops in the filter. Put the thingy in, shut the lid, make sure there's water, and hit the button twice.
I
That's
just looked at the screen over there. We're very green tonight, guys.
We
are
green.
Look, even the weird Sigia sign is great. And by the way, you guys, I'm sure you noticed that we changed our corporate logo. We finally dialed it in. We're happy with it. We're good. So we're gonna have to replace a sign. But I'm not getting rid of these ones. I'm not getting rid of the Aegis sign. I'm not getting rid of the older Sigia sign. We're just gonna fit them in here. So that you can see Sigia from where it was to where it is. And where it is by now, by the way, I have to mention this again, and I'm going to plug my own shit because it is my show. It's the most advanced privacy tech that exists anywhere in the world. We are simply the standard. Everybody's going to be chasing us. I love our devs. Our devs get it done. And boom, so it doesn't really matter. So anyway,
Starbucks baristas, you're not essential.
No.
The product that Starbucks offer for some of us is a public service, but you guys are not essential. If Mel can handle making the pot of coffee over a freaking campfire,
you were holding on to this one.
We don't need Starbucks baristas.
I have no idea how to make coffee. You know what? I got Google. Google will tell me, put the powder in here, put the filter in here, put the water in here, and hit this button. I'm sure I could sort it out. Would it be good coffee? Fuck, I don't know. Well, how would I know what good coffee is, man? That's like asking a blind person what the color red looks like. It's like, fuck, I don't know. I'm blind, man. What do you want from me?
If you ever have to use my coffee pot, Scott, 3 spoonfuls in the filter.
You just used my name. You just doxed me.
Haha.
You're not supposed to call me Scott. You're supposed to call me Mr. Podcasts. That's my name. I identify as Mr. Podcast, or I identify as Hey Hey. So if you need my attention, say Hey Hey.
Okay, Hey.
Well, Hey Hey's a happy guy.
All right.
I just want to be happy.
But
that's all I want.
I'm
I don't
just
want
saying,
much from life. I just want to be happy.
You can count
and
to
leave me
3.
alone.
You can count to 3. So,
Sometimes.
1, 2, 3, and
Right now,
dump
no.
and push button twice.
I haven't been eating much lately because I came off a fast last week and I've been very, very gentle, refeeding syndrome and all that other bullshit. So I've been very gentle. And the booze has hit me like a fucking freight train. And let me tell you something. I watched the movie Song Sung Blue. I found it on Peacock. I subscribed to Peacock. And I watched that movie with Hugh Jackman and Goldie Hawn's kid, Kate Hudson. Yeah, and man, I fucking cried. I was like, oh God, it's so beautiful. I was tears flowing out of my eyes. I'm under a lot of stress right now. We're trying to get an app out. And it turns out that when you don't have grants and any of that other shit, you got to be real smart with the money you have left. Go figure, right? And Bell and I can't go on strike. Well, I mean, we're corporate officers, so I don't think we're allowed to go on strike.
No, we're
Fuck, I don't know.
really not.
We're going to unionize against ourselves. That'd be funny, right? Because maybe we'll get some support out there.
And we're owners of the company, so yeah, okay.
We're dirty capitalists. We're dirty capitalists. So I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to. But
we're corporate officers and we're the owners of our own company. Yeah. How would that strike work?
yeah, and we're sitting here on a stage broadcasting to a dozen people. So apparently our worth is about a dozen people. And we can't thank you guys enough for tuning in.
All right.
Most of everybody here is employees of us. So this is how we self-soothe.
Deep End Jackal has joined us. Yeah, now.
We haven't seen him in a while. All right, Belle, quick. I want to get to this because
I know.
We'll get to it, but let me preface this a little bit. Virginia, state of Virginia. We're talking about Pickett's Charge, the Virginia regulars. We're talking about people that were right there at the forefront of liberty or death. And the shit they're doing now is absolutely obscene. But it's funny to me that what they're doing, the state of West Virginia, which is dead right in the middle of the Appalachians, and you don't want to fuck around over there, they're putting in a speed line to machine guns. A speed line to machine guns. If you don't believe me, fact check me. But Virginia's kind of going a different way. And I just have to say that you get what you vote for. You wanted it, you got it. Go fuck yourself. But Belle, go ahead, please. I didn't mean to cut you off, even though you know I did.
So, Siggy fan, Scott, have you tried the Discovery series of Bardstown? Each year is a limited run mix. Discover number 6, I love, and included 16%, 17-year percent, 11-year, and 16% 7-year of corn, rye, and malted barley.
No, I don't.
Barley on number 13 now.
No, I don't think I've ever found that. But if you send me a bottle, I will send you USDC, which is just like money, but it's a crypto version. I've never heard of that, bro. But if you send it to me, I will happy to hook you up because we're in Des Moines, Iowa, and our booze selection is a little bit limited. But I love some of that crazy shit. So if you send me a couple bottles, I promise I will take care of you. Ask around about me because I take care of the folks who take care of us. I like good booze. So hook me up and I will hook you up. I'll carry on.
And Mel, talking about our company, we have a handbook. Yes.
She's fucking HR.
Yes.
You don't know your job? What are we paying you for?
Hey, I'm HR. She's my executive assistant. That's why she doesn't know.
I just want to know who do I have to say, look, I don't know what you're talking about. Go fuck yourself. I just need to know who I need to say that to.
That'd be me.
All right. I don't know what you're talking about. Go fuck yourself. There we go. Look, I'm in front of it. Just if it's not anything I've done, but it's something I will do in the future, just hold that in reserve. All right. Bank that one. Bank that one.
I know how my COO operates. Yes, I'm the HR department, unfortunately.
God help you.
I
with this company, with these people,
right?
We're fucking between Jason and Aaron and Joshua and Mel. You're in for a long journey here. But
I know, and we do have a handbook. I did explicitly
never fucking read it. She's out of her mind.
did explicitly state one of the conditions in the handbook live on air a few minutes ago, and I have sent that out previously. So okay. Anyway,
my goodness, I'm hammered. I'm hammered right now. This is going to be a fun live read. And consider this a rant, what I'm about to do. And please rate me on quality, not content. Rate me on quality because I want to see if I can get through this because this is going to be pretty impressive, though. Anyway, please carry on.
All right. So Deep End Jackal. Okay. You can even have your coffee machine brew coffee itself in the morning. Fact check true.
Madness, sir.
To wake you up to the smell of fresh coffee. So I guess it's an alarm too.
You know.
I'll actually.
Okay.
If you can get the app to upgrade correctly, that is absolutely fact check true.
See,
Now, my coffee machine doesn't like to connect with my phone, so I don't get that privilege. But it is possible.
I don't have anything like that. I have a George Foreman grill next to my bed, and when I like to wake up to bacon, like any red-blooded American man does, and I put 8 strips of bacon on it, and I set the timer. So the timer, I'm an old man, so I get up like 4 a.m. like we all do. And, well, I mean, fuck, man, come on, 8:30? People are, oh, let's go out and party. I'm like, it's fucking bedtime, man. What the hell's the matter with you? But I put 8 strips of bacon on there and on my George Foreman grill. George Foreman, I'm a big fan. And yeah, I wake up to the smell and the sound of sizzling bacon, because who doesn't like to wake up to that? I'm straight, all right? I like women and bacon. So that works for me. That just works for me, Bill.
And Deep End Jackal, everything you were saying, and I've got to ask now, do you have an Aiden as well? Because those are all functions in the Aiden coffee machine that I really like and wish I could
What are
use.
you babbling about? What the fuck is
I'm
any
talking
of
about
these
the
things?
coffee maker machine.
I don't know any of these things. I thought you boiled water and you put it in the cup and you pour the water on it. That's fucking coffee.
That's Mel's job when we go out for a company camp out.
Christ, I only drink water or bourbon. That's all I drink anymore. Water or bourbon. Right now it's bourbon. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's bourbon right now. Anyway, come on, Belle. I do want to get through this, and this is a longer one.
And Deep End Jackal is actually laugh reacting. You can go ahead and read your monologue.
Okay, with that. Now, I feel like I have to preface this just a little bit, and it's not good for me to go off script right now, because I will tell you flat out, I'm fucked up. But this is where I want to be, and this is particularly where I want to be when I'm talking about shit like this. You guys understand that I'm a deep libertarian, all the way down. I'm a Jeffersonian type of libertarian. I think revolution amongst the population is a good thing every 20 or 25 years, because it tells the governing class that we're fucking paying attention. And we haven't done that shit in a very, very long time, and I think we're wildly overdue. So let me go ahead and get into this in 3, in 2, in 1. I do this for Sofa Ninja. He cut shorts from this. In 3, in 2, in 1. And let me say good evening, Virginia. Or should I say, good evening, subjects of the General Assembly. Because that is exactly how lawmakers in Richmond are treating you right now. Let me paint you a picture. I'm good at painting. You pull into a grocery store parking lot after a long day because you have to work. You are legally carrying because you have a license. You have done everything right. It's hot outside because it's fucking Virginia. You are running in for a quick stop to get tortillas, low-carb tortillas and cheese sticks. You do not want your firearm locked away where you cannot access it if something happens. That's the point of a firearm. So you leave it discreetly covered in your vehicle. Now, this moment, you are a criminal. House Bill 110 makes it illegal to leave a visible handgun in an unattended vehicle. Civil penalty up to $500, and your car can be towed, which is going to cost you another $500. All in the name of preventing theft. Now, here's where it gets interesting. During the conference committee, lawmakers attempted to include an exemption for themselves. Not for law enforcement, not for military, not for everyday plebs like you and me, but for themselves. The same people restricting your rights wanted to make sure they could operate under different rules. This is 1,000,000,000% fact. Now, that proposal, that little cutout right there, was removed after public backlash. But the fact that it was included at all tells you everything, or it should. This is not public safety. This is control. Now, I want you guys to look at the broader picture. New legislation includes expanded restrictions on commonly owned firearms and additional limits on where citizens, you and me, the people paying for all this shit, can legally carry. These policies affect law-abiding citizens first, because criminals are not following these rules, because they never do. Meanwhile, lawmakers operate under security most citizens do not have. They have protection. They have resources. They have distance from the reality most people, you, me, live in every day. And that disconnect shows in the policies that they pass. Because when you remove access, you remove, let me say this slowly for the folks in back who are not getting this. New type, I'm talking to you right now because I guarantee you that if you put your hand under the seat of your tractor, that there's a firearm there. But when you remove access, you remove the ability to respond. And when you remove that ability, you increase vulnerability. It is that binary. This is not theory. This is reality. Now, I want you to ask yourself a very simple question, because sometimes it comes down to simplicity. Who benefits from this? Because it's not the citizen that's paying for all this shit. It's not the citizen that's trying to stay safe. If the goal is safety, then policy should reflect real world conditions. But instead, we see restrictions layered on top of restrictions. More rules, more penalties, more limitations, and less trust in the people. Because they're the gardeners and you are the garden. And once you accept that, this is where things become clear. The issue is not safety. The issue is control. And once that line is crossed, history tells us that it doesn't stop there. Because rights do not disappear all at once. They are reduced step by step by step, until what remains is no longer a right. Now is the time to pay attention. Now is the time to engage. Make your position clear. Because a system that applies rules differently depending on who you are is not a system that is built on justice. It's a system that is built on power. And power unchecked only moves in one direction. Not some of the time, all of the time. So please, folks, stay aware, stay engaged, and most importantly, because you'll never get it back, stay very, very free, as if you had the right to do it. Stop fucking around on this, Virginia. If you want to lose everybody, Keep doing exactly what you're doing. If you want to empower criminals over citizenry, and these are the people who pay for everything, keep doing exactly what you're doing. If you want to be a case study for when an arbitrary line is drawn on a map 200 years from now and say this is when it started, then keep doing what you're doing. I never leave my home without a firearm on me, but that's my choice. My fear, my deepest fear, is that I have to take it out. I'm a 26-year military vet. The very last thing that we ever want to do, and ask any of them, and in this case, I am speaking for all of my brethren out there, the very last thing that we want to do is lock and load, because that means somebody's going to die on this side and somebody might die on this side. We never want to do that. But it seems like you're going out of your way to force us to make that decision. And the very worst group of people that you can turn into criminals are the very people that you trained. And that's every military member in existence. Don't fuck around with this. I know you feel empowered, and I know it's cool. And I know that you want to swing those big nuts and helicopter dick all over everybody out here. But I'm telling you right now, this is the line that you cannot cross. For a law to be just, it has to apply equally to every single citizen under your jurisdiction. Now, I live in Iowa. Belle lives in Iowa. I know because I know where her house is. What they pass in Virginia doesn't mean fuck all to us in Iowa. But I know what precedent is. I've seen it play out with my own two eyes. And I am wildly awake. I know what you're up to. You don't want to poke this fucking bear. You gotta stop. And why you guys are going out of your way, state of Virginia, the Virginia regulars, pickets, all that other good historical shit that came out of Virginia. Why you guys are going out of your way to emasculate your entire population. West Virginia is putting in a speed line for machine guns. The best thing that can happen to you is that everything holds together. Because if you think you're going to do this, then you're about to become a unified Virginia, because there is shit that you could do to stop West Virginia from doing anything that they want. Be smart. You are not a gardener, and your citizenry is not a garden. If you want to see a good relationship between the governed and the government, come to Iowa. Because you don't fuck around here. You don't do that shit here. You need to wake up. And if you guys are cool in Richmond with what's going on, then enjoy it. Enjoy being serfs. Enjoy being plebs. Enjoy paying for anything that they dream up, because that's your fucking future. Because if you think it stops there, you have never read history, and you need to do yourself a favor. The very first thing they do is disarm the citizenry. The very first thing. And it's coming your way right now. Belle. What do you think of that? Can I give myself a round of applause? I'm hammered, and yet I got through that pretty well.
Give yourself a round of applause, and then I'll chime in.
Please do.
Okay.
Do you want the good chair and a close-up when you do this?
I think that the video can be edited, so
Okay,
we
go
don't
for
need
it.
to switch.
Do your thing, Bill.
And okay, these boots are not actually made for walking.
You can't even get off the stage, and they're so tall. I'm sorry.
So the first point I've got to point out is, okay, the ambiguity of the word visible. If you happen to be driving a vehicle with the center console that pops up and you reach to documentation, is that considered visible? If you have a lockbox under your seat that you keep documentation in and happen to have a firearm in that, is that considered visible? Where's the line?
I don't think they care.
I don't think they do. That is exactly the kind of argument they will have in court over this very thing.
I don't know where this one is going to go. Now, after that, people really read the bill, and they saw that their own Congress called they put in an exemption for themselves, and here's the reasoning. This is actually really good. They said because they're public figures, that they're more likely to be involved in violent incidences.
Oh,
So,
bullshit!
I'm just reporting. I'm not taking any kind of moral stand here, but they said because they're public figures that they're more likely to be involved in violent incidences. So they need more ready access to their firearms than you do, because you're not likely to be involved in violent incidences. So if you have to go into the trunk of your car, take out the key, unlock it, and then unlock the other box so that you can get your magazine so that you can load your weapon. I mean, really, how long does that take? It doesn't take long at all. And we all know that anybody who wants to do harm to you will, they'll wait. They'll take their time. They'll smoke a cigarette while you unlock one to get your firearm, unlock another one to get your magazine, unlock a third to get the ammunition so that you can load the magazine so that you can put it in, rack and stack and ready to go. We all know that they're going to wait. But because they're so fucking important, they need to be able to get to their firearms quickly. And you don't. That's what it comes down to. They need their gun, but you don't. Because they're more important to you. And they're more important to the state than you are. That's what it comes down to. I know we like to pretend that this isn't the case, that we can always put up some kind of bullshit straw man argument to get around this. I understand that. But mine comes down very, very simply. A law that is passed must apply evenly to every single citizen of the state. And just because you might be a congressman or a senator of the state of Virginia does not mean that you are no longer a citizen of the state of Virginia. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that's one of the basic requirements of being a congressman or a senator, is that you have to be a resident. But you seem to think that because you have a title, that you are more important than the people who are paying for it. Because it ain't you, babe. It ain't you, congressman from the state of Virginia. You live because you collect a salary from everybody who's paying taxes in the state of Virginia. And guess what, dick? It ain't you. So please explain to me why your life, your insight, your ability, the fact that you simply got elected makes you more important than, I'll even go with the barista. The barista at Starbucks that gets taxed 24/7, 365 to pay your fucking salary, that suddenly you're more important. And it feels very weird to me that I even have to say this. Anybody should fucking understand it. if the law does not apply evenly and equally to every single citizen of a single state of this republic, then I will argue that the law is unjust. And I'm right. You think about it, and you'll get there. Bell, questions or comments, or if you'd like to add, go ahead and fire away.
I would like to add because, okay, you spun off my original point. Okay, going back to your Starbucks barista that you handily mentioned.
Did you like the segue? You like how
I
grabbed them
I
both together?
did actually.
Yeah, I know.
did.
Who would have thunk it?
Right?
Who would have thunk I had that kind of recall?
You know, you've got servers that are paid in cash.
I do.
So, who really has more right to actually carry however the fuck they want to?
You used potty mouth.
I did.
Dirty girl. That's terrible.
Your senator or the person who is more likely to be robbed for the cash tips they might receive. I would say, okay, your barista who earns those cash tips has more of a right to determine this than your senator who might have security.
Who does have security? Who does have security? It's actually kind of funny to me. And I'll tell you what, I'll go on record. I got no problem with it. I'd feel more comfortable with my barista at a Starbucks, which I've never been in, by the way, guys. You know I don't drink this shit. I don't care. I think he should be armed at all times. When you're sitting back there with a cash register that's full of cash. I think he should be armed at all times. I would feel safer in there knowing that these people are armed. Not because they're going to lose their shit and start shooting me. If they do, life's a bitch, man. What are you going to do about it? But I'd feel a hell of a lot more comfortable knowing that they are. Because I haven't been inside of a Starbucks, but I'm going to ask the audience right now, do they have those gun-free zones signs up there? Because the thing that'll keep firearms out of a Starbucks is a sign that says gun-free zone. You might as well paint a bullseye right on your fucking chest because a criminal, you know what? I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to do this because I could do that shit all fucking day and there's just no point.
I will actually verify your point here. On that note,
do you
Scott.
go to Starbucks?
No.
You're gay.
I make my own.
He goes to Starbucks, you know.
I make my own coffee. Anyway, my son does drag me out for karaoke every now and again.
Yeah.
That's not a hidden fact.
Okay.
I feel a lot more comfortable in places that don't have the signs on the door saying no firearms allowed versus the ones that don't.
I want to know that there's some guns in there. Because if there's guns in there on peaceful people that just want to be left the fuck alone, I'll tell you flat out I'm a lot more comfortable with that.
And
I just am.
An armed society is a polite society.
Incredibly polite. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, ma'am. Let me hold the door for you. Ma'am, let me hold the door for you, sir. Because, fuck, man, this guy might be on the tail end of a real bad day. You never know. So, hey, let me get that door for you, brother. Hey, it's nothing personal. No, I respect you. Please don't haul off on me. I'm cool. Because I'm older, Belle. My reflexes are not what they used to be.
And I don't get hit on at those bars either, which is a relief.
No, because she might be packing. You never know.
I might be packing, so yeah.
Isn't this better than crypto? Should I talk about injective or neutron shutting down? Would that make it better? Would that make this a better stream?
So anyway, I am far more comfortable going into bars where there's no sign on the door and I get left alone because I might be packing. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad. I've never been hit on. It's never occurred. Apparently, a bald head and a 54-year-old man is not exactly what women are looking for. Isn't that funny how that works out? They're not just lining up. Oh my God, I gotta get me a piece of that. So yeah, I don't give a shit about that, Bell. And I'd love to be able to associate. Oh yeah, no, I go through this shit at the same time. Yeah, that doesn't happen.
But again,
I appreciate that, Bell. Point out my other faults here. Let's go ahead and go down the list.
But anyway, I would rather have a sign on the door going, labeled FAFO.
There you go.
Because that's the sign that if you own a bar or a coffee shop, you should hang.
I swear to God, I'm tempted, and I really hope that we make Sigia Cloud Labs a go. And I know we will because our tech is very good. And if you guys haven't tried it, run.sigiacloud.io. Pop on there, test, fucking fire up data, see it for yourself. And just understand that every piece of data that you send up is now gone from the world. But I want it to be successful because I want to open a chain of bakeries called FAFO Bakery. Now, tell me that bitch won't be a fucking hit. I'm an idea man. All right, this is what I do. And the more successful that Sigia Cloud Labs is, the more likely that we start in the Midwest and expand outward. That's the way to fucking do it.
Right.
Those are the people who will line up to buy a white and black cookie. All right. They can't wait to get it there. Oh, you know why? Because nothing happens there. Because that's a safe space. They all determine, they come, oh, it's a safe space. You can't do fuck all. You try it in that. Try it in the FAFO Bakery. And you go in there and get cute. And watch what fucking happens. Guys, I am giving you the roadmap to success right here because this is what I do. I'm an idea man. And the FAFO Bakery would be a hit.
We're trademarking that one right now,
Right
Scott.
this second. The
Right
FAFO
now.
Bakery is going to be a hit. You want us to bake a cake for a gay wedding? No problem. I don't care. I don't give a shit what you're into. You want a cake? You got a fucking cake. But if you want to come in there and get cute, why aren't you guys halal? Oh, let me explain why. This will be fucking, oh my God, we're a hit. All right, that's it. That's our new thing.
We're in the wrong business,
We're
Scott.
building tech so that we can put out a bakery where you can get there and know that you're going to walk in and walk out. Everything's going to be cool. Are you worried? I'm telling you, Belle, I got this. This is good. People are up there building new shit for different versions of stable coins, and we're building bakeries. We got this. We got this.
And the records for the point of sale, that goes right to Sigia Cloud.
Right to Sigia Cloud, and nobody will even know that it happened. Belle, questions, comments, concerns, observations. Wait, you know what? We're going to change chairs. I'm going to go right to this frame right here. And you're going to ask questions or comments. Go, trade me chairs. Trade me fucking chairs.
You're asking me to walk in these boots?
I am asking you to walk in those boots. Come on.
You're asking a lot.
Come on. There you go. You have ultimate control, Belle.
I don't know about that. But
you do. Go ahead. The Stream Deck's pointing your way. So questions or comments, Belle? Go ahead.
So, Sigia fan. Fun fact, about 99% of the no gun signs places put in Texas have no effect, and the Texas law states you should ignore them.
And I'm kind of okay with that. I live in Iowa, but it's just because when I moved from Minnesota, I lived in Shakopee, Minnesota. So Aaron, you know where Shakopee is.
Hey, Minnesota Ren Fair is there.
I moved from Shakopee right down here to Des Moines, Iowa, and it feels like home to me. So I haven't moved. But if I wasn't living in Des Moines, Iowa, I'd be living in like Pensacola, Florida, or Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. So yeah, man, I respect that. I appreciate the comment. Belle, go ahead.
All right, Mel. And you dropped the comment, Scott, so you can't take this harshly.
Okay.
Wow, really? I'm 62 and still get hit on.
Yeah, you should try growing a penis, Mel. And Deadpool can do it. So I think you probably could as well. If you grow a penis and become 54 Tell me how well you do. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm just going to leave it right there. Belle.
She doesn't have to grow one. They make things for that.
Okay, then you can have a fake penis. Go ahead, Belle. You're gaslighting me right now. Go ahead.
That's actually the last one for the moment.
You know what? You got the big screen then. It seems like we're kind of over time and we've lost everybody. So go ahead and talk us up, take us out. It's been a wonderful time.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who joined us this evening, we cannot say thank you guys enough. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys who took the time out on St. Patrick's Day to join in. If you guys have any other comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to either Scott or myself, Scott@thepodcast.com or Bella@thepodcast.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we can't thank you enough, guys, and we'll see you next time.
I don't know where the end show button is from here. Oh. Which one says end show? I can't see it from here. We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at The Podcasts. Also, visit our page at thepodcast.com, all one word, for all of our most current content. We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at The Podcasts. Also, visit our page at thepodcast.com, all one word, for all